Hi everyone, on today's tutorial I will be teaching us how to cut and sew this straight dart off shoulder top. I've taken away my 5 inches. I have my breast point to be 10 inches, my under bust to be 13.5 inches, and my waistline to be 16.5. I'm so sorry that place is not showing. I'm sorry for that. Then those are my vertical measurements. So I went ahead to create a straight line on it and label it one after the other. I have my breast point. I have my under bust. This is my under bust line, and I have my waistline here. This is my waistline. So I want to create the point to point of the customer. This particular customer is using 7 inches as a point to point. When you divide 7 inches into 2, it will give us 3.5. Then I added half inch as the sewing allowance, making 4 inches. That's what I'm marking all through. Then after that, I will connect the dotted line with my straight ruler to form a straight line. Then after that, I want to create the shape of the bust. You know, the customer is not that fat, so I'm using 2 inches. I'm taking away 2 inches from the upper part. On the breast point, I'm not taking away anything. Then I'll come straight to the under bust and take away 2 inches. Likewise on the waistline, I will take away 2 inches. So I'll connect the two lines from the under bust to the waistline. Then on my breast point, I want to use my free hand to create the shape of the bust. I do not let it be too sharp. You can see me that it's not too sharp. Likewise, the armhole side to meet up with the 2 inches we created before. Now I want to place the body measurement, the circumference of that customer, which is 30. We have the bust to be 32 divided by 4 will give me 8 inches, and I added 3 inches as my sewing allowance. Our under bust is 28 divided by 4 will give me 7 inches. I added 4.5 inches, 4.5 inches because of the 2 inches we are going to remove there. So I added 4.5 inches. Likewise, the waistline of that customer, our waist circumference is 25. So divided by 4 will give me 6.25. I'm sorry, that one is not showing. Then I've added 4.5 as well. So I will use my ruler to connect the lines together. I've connected the under bust and the waistline together. You can see it doesn't tally with the breast point because of the shape of that customer. So before I will use my lining to turn in, I'm going to reshape that place. Then remember, we are working on off shoulder top. We do not have our armhole, but we create a slant just to indicate where my armhole is. That slant just to indicate where my armhole line is. So all this one, we are going to cut it out. So let's cut together now. You can see the way I am cutting my own. Remember that we've not added any sewing allowance for the down and the upper part of this thing. So while transferring the pattern to my fabric, I will add half inch up and half inch down for the sewing allowance. Then I went ahead and used my marker to draw an arrow to indicate the up part of this center front. So I started cutting it now. That's my center front. Then I will take away the 2 inches that we marked earlier to bring out the shape of the cup that we want for our customer. You can see the way I am cutting my own. Okay, our pattern is ready. We have our pattern ready. This is what we have. So I went ahead and cut it on my fabric. I added my wording using my pressing iron. You can see I've cut it out down straight to my meshing. So I have my center front and my side front. I will be taking it one after the other. I'll first add one side front to the center front. I'll be using half inch to hold this particular place. You remember that we created half inch as our allowance there. So I will use half inch in holding it to stitch that place. In the process of doing it, when you get to this cuff area, it might be a little bit tricky. Just have to take your time and be using your hand to turn it gently. You can see the way I'm doing it so that you can achieve your desired results. Just be turning it gently. Then I went ahead to do the second part, which is the second side front. I will use half inch as well. Please don't forget to like, share and comment. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you know whenever I upload any new video. So this is the second part. I'm doing it gently like that to give me what I really want. Now I am done joining. The stitching is ready now. So this is the result after joining. So I'm going to take it to my iron. I will give it thorough ironing to bring out the shape. You can see the final result after the pressing iron that's touched it. Can you see? You need to open the joining inside to make it sit properly on the customer body. Love you. See you in my next video.